Hello, my name is Sandra, and I decided to do my research on how to help my students to become a better reader. I think this has a strong relations to me, and I'll tell you, which I will tell you about later. But before I move on to any of the theories or the studies that I'm going to do, I just want to give you a quick glimpse of my school. My school is called New Heights Charter School, and it is located south central of Los Angeles.
My name is Ms. Lopez and I teach kindergarten. I think we're all in it to really empower the kids to make better choices and have any opportunity that's available to them.
Mr. Chris, and I teach 4th grade. What sets New Heights apart from other schools is its tremendous commitment to the overall well-being of each child. I think that New Heights cares about each child as opposed to just caring about test scores or numbers. I think that there's an emphasis on educating the whole entire child.
Hi, I'm Miss Rose and I teach 1st grade. So I think what sets New Heights apart is that we have a very dedicated, very academic and knowledgeable staff, and our teachers work tremendous hours planning what we think is developmentally challenging curriculum for our students, curriculum and units of study that are interesting, that are meaningful, that are creative, that incorporate the arts. So I would definitely say our students get a lot more care and a lot more individualized attention.
I'm Mrs. Morgan and I teach 6th grade. New Heights is different. First of all, the fact that the students love to read so much here is just so very obvious. Their reading levels are just so much higher. Their curiosity and their love for learning increases with the amount that they're reading. They read and read and read, at least an hour a day, and they protest when it's time to stop reading and do something else. So I think that expands their world.
Anthony Davis Arrington. I teach 3rd grade at New Heights Charter School. One of the things that sets New Heights apart from other schools is the teachers here really have the responsibility upon themselves to design their own curriculum, incorporate their ideas into the classroom. And here, every teacher is different. For my class, I try to focus a lot on multimedia within the classroom and through instruction. And like I said, every teacher has their own strength, his or her strength, that's incorporated into the classroom.
My name is Candace Baker and I teach kindergarten. Well, first of all, New Heights is completely different from LA Unified because Amy Burfield, the principal director, honcho, gives us a lot of freedom, but she also gives us guidance. And so we can do really intelligent programs like reading workshop and writing workshop and FOSS science and Words Their Way and Singapore math. And we can also incorporate things that we like.
My name is Rochelle Bertiman and I teach 3rd grade. We have family nights every month. We're in constant contact with the families and sometimes doing home visits. And we're also celebrating whenever they do well in the sports teams, and we go out and have pizza parties with the families and the teachers. It's just the amount of community building at our school is like none other.
At New Heights we have a faculty of very committed and dedicated and energetic teachers. They are committed to their own professional development and growth and spend a lot of time perfecting their craft. They are extremely caring and well prepared. You walk into the classrooms and they're always engaging the kids. They're dealing with the kids' academic needs, social needs, emotional needs, and they work very hard every day.
So I hope you really enjoy watching the video that I have made. As you can see, New Heights Charter School is very different for me. I have worked at various schools and there's nothing like New Heights. So I have very supportive co-workers and my executive director is incredible. She allows us to be creative as we want, and there is no, as long as it works, she supports us, whatever that is. And knowing this, I really want to look at our reading curriculum. In our school, we use Lucy Calkin Readers and Writers Workshop. And with the workshop, I really want to look into social cultural theory by Vygotsky and also look into constructivism. I'm really interested in this because I think for me, reading and writing was my worst enemy when I was growing up. Even all the way up till I was an adult, actually. I came to America when I was 8 years old, and from third grade all the way to high school, not one teacher took their time to make sure that I knew how to read or took time to see if I knew how to write grammatically correct. I mean, reading and writing was my worst enemy, and it wasn't until I became a teacher that I actually started to learn to love reading and writing and have freedom of being creative. And I think one reason I really want to do this is because I don't want any of my kids to go through what I went through. I want them to have all the tools and all the strategies they can have to become a great reader. So with this, here's a quick glimpse of my class every day during Reader's Workshop. Hope you enjoy it. The very first theory that I'm going to be looking at as I'm looking at studying Lucy Calkins' Reader's Workshop is constructivism. A very, very long time ago, there was a classical Greek Athenian philosopher, Socrates, who focused on helping young scholars to construct meaning on their own rather than having authority figures transmit information to them. What does it mean by compare? So here you see me asking students questions and trying to tap into their prior knowledge, what they know about compare and contrast. That are similar to something are like. So once again, everyone repeat after me. Compare means similar. If compare means similar, what is contrast? What is contrast, Jessica? Opposite or just different, right? So everyone repeat after me. Contrast means different. Any questions? No. So I have something like this. So like I said, compare is something that are alike or similar. Contrast is different. Today I'm going to be comparing and contrasting two books that we read in the classroom. These books are 100 Dresses and Fly Away Home. But before we do this, I want to do something very quickly. I want you to get with your partner. Not Fly Away Home, just 100 Dresses. Quickly, just remind each other what this book was about. Quickly, turn and talk. From Socrates, there's Immanuel Kant in early 19th century. He recognized that the way learners receive stimuli from their environment shapes their understanding of the world. So from here, you could see that the environment itself is creating students to discuss and have a meaningful, thought-out answers to what I have asked them to do. And this is a great way just to preview or review what they have read and what they already know. If they forgot, this is a great way for them to talk it out and refresh their memories.
Because she always wore the same dress over and over. And then what happened in the end? She always said that she had 100 dresses, 100 shoes, so and all that. But then...
So in the 20th century, we have John Dewey, who proposed that educators should work with students' current understanding, taking into account their prior knowledge and interest. What the story was about, right? Next, with the same people you just shared 100 dresses with, once again, turn to your partner and quickly summarize what Fly Away Home was.
Okay, Fly Away Home was about...
So here, I feel like this is something that Lucy Calkins' Reader's Workshop does do really well. Is cause every single mini lesson starts with something that they know, and we ask something to it. So here, once again, is a review of what they know about the story before we start comparing and contrasting between two books. So with this, here comes Jean Piaget, who defines combination and assimilation as way for new knowledge to build upon previous knowledge. So this is what exactly Lucy Calkins' Reader's Workshop does. It assimilate and accommodate. Assimilation is integrating new situation into existing rules, while accommodation is making new rules to explain existing situation. And as you know, as you could see in Reader's Workshop, every mini lesson taps into prior knowledge and it builds upon it, whether students are assimilating or accommodating. So hopefully by end of all these mini lessons and units after units, students have full pockets of strategies that they could use. If I were to compare the 100 dresses. So from there we have Lev Vygotsky, who came up with social cultural theory. Vygotsky wrote that for students to be successful, it needs to have these four main things: collaboration, thinkering, challenge, and dialogue. By practicing this theory, students will be able to reach the zone of proximal development. They both can't afford, like Wanda and 100 dresses, she can't afford 100 dresses, so she simply drew them. Fly away home, they're living in an airport. So, but the thing is something that's different between. So here you see students really playing out those four things for them to be successful. In this discussion, students are constantly collaborating, they're thinkering, they're challenging themselves, and they're also having dialogues between each other as well. Think about the characters. Do they seem hungry? Are they both helping out? Yeah, they're both kind of helping, right? Whether one they're drawing for their dresses or fly away home doing their own letters. So we haven't think about characters. What else do you do? So here's something that I just learned this course. It's a zone of proximal development with Vygotsky's theory. This zone of proximal development is where the skills are too difficult for a child to master on his or her own, but that can be done with the guidance and encouragement from a knowledgeable person. And fly away home. What does Denver give me one?
I think that the 100 dresses and fly away home both have a problem, but I don't think they have a solution.
That's good. Problem,
No solution.
but no solution. Why do you say there's no solution?
Because in fly away home, at the end, then nothing really happened.
Right? They were still homeless. That's true. And what about 100 dresses?
100 dresses.
So here, I absolutely love this because I felt like by having a dialogue and by sharing each other's thought, these two students were able to come up with something really great. Hence, they were able to reach their zone of proximal development. And then please share.
No, that one thing that the flyaway home, the kid doesn't have a home, the kid doesn't go to school, and Wanda does go to sports. So I kept track if Wanda goes to school and like the boy and the boy doesn't. They want to
So the poverty fund was over here, right? And here there's
and then another contrast is he's a boy and then the girl and she's getting bullied and he's not. He's just working and he's not. And another thing is that
what do you guys have here?
Wanda has to lie and he's not lying about his life. But they have to know what's up. You know, since I'm homeless, I don't feel kind of bad. Going to school and I don't have it. So they have to lie. Keep it inside. You can't let it out because it's too embarrassing.
Alright, boys and girls, once again, please come back to the center and face me. So how does all these actually help students to read? Well, throughout this year, I have made records of students' reading level, and when I look at the accomplishments they have made, I am absolutely amazed and proud of them. So through this study, something that I have found out that is very crucial to my teaching is the fact that it's very important for classroom to be student-centered. It's very important that students are grasping the idea, students are thinking about the idea, students are talking through their ideas, and it's important to share the information. And with all this, that is how students really remember what to do when they come to a problem they don't know, or what to do when they're stuck in a reading, or what to do when they don't know how to decode a word. So through the study and looking at those social cultural theory and constructivism, I really began to understand like why Lucy Calkins' Reading and Writers Workshop works so well. In addition to all this, when I look at students' progress since September to now, is remarkable. In our school, we use Fontes and Fennell to see what reading levels they are. As a fourth grade, they should be somewhere between PQR. Somewhere between, I would say, start from the R, and they should end with a T or a U. And even my lowest readers, they have jumped 3 to 4 levels by now. And I could confidently say quarter of my students are advanced readers. Half are probably proficient. And I only have 1 or 2 who are below their reading level. But yet, it really doesn't matter because from where they started out with to now, that progress they have made is incredible. And this is just one key thing that I've noticed. And I've noticed by doing this and collecting data, taking notes down, or when I'm having a conference with my students, it really does help students to become a better reader and become successful. With this, I just want to say thank you. Through all the readings and through all the studies, I've come to notice how important it is to document everything, whether it's by videos, taking notes, and whatever it is. It's awesome because you could really see the progress that students are making, or if not, you could see what I have to do to make it better. So with that, thank you, and your class was very enjoyable. Thank you.